I have to say that I actually like TNC's draft better and more.
Whoa!
The way I see it, it's much easier to execute.
90 to 10. Come on, God, Jesus.
Twitch chat NIGMA.
All right, concussive shot to start out. They go up high ground for TNC. Haven't gotten a chance to cast them yet. NIGMA fans are very familiar with us, Cass, or not you, I guess.
You had them 2 series yesterday, I believe.
That's right. They're real fans. We have the Wraithfire Blast to start things out into an Impale, into a Cookie, and that is going to be more than enough to either give the first blood to Armel. He wants it, and he'll get it. The Fairy Fire was expended to try to trick them into giving it to somebody else, but the mid laner does, in fact, get the first blood.
It makes a lot of sense that Kuro chose to start bot. Oh, this would be such a big kill for GH.
Yeah, Bach is quite low. GH, he's going to find him. There's a concussive shot, Arcane Bolt to follow. A couple more right clicks will suffice. He's already popped a Fairy Fire, and it looks like one more is needed, and GH added again. I mean, look, he already has a crown. He's building Atos pretty much straight up.
So GH solo smokes at the time where he feels like Viper has taken enough damage in the jungle to be killable. If he goes there 10 seconds earlier, there's no kill, because Viper is half HP instead of a third. So that was actually just flat out perfect timing. A really, really good read.
He has another Wraithfire Blast. He has the skeletons, but the Rebuke is going to keep most of them off for now. As looks like Armel dies in the mid lane to Miracle.
All right, that is, I will excuse the observer not seeing this kill, because that was not expectable, that Beastmaster kills Puck.
Because like I said, they got rid of the bonus damage, so basically the Axe will just lower the cooldown to 0.
Seeing a replay of the kill damage, here. Yeah. So Axes.
All right, he's getting slowed by boards.
Oh. All right, that was barely a kill, but it was.
All right, maybe shouldn't have come down here, I guess. Tim is doing just fine, though. I mean, GH is playing pretty greedy in terms of the items. He hasn't gotten boots yet, just going straight for that Atos. What are your thoughts on that? Pretty cool. Oh, bot lane.
That's
Boomy.
top.
Top lane, sure. That's a SyndereNism.
The other bot lane.
Well, if it's flipped, it's bot, right? As Wraithfire Blast, he's going to try to position himself so he takes a little bit less damage thanks to that passive, but TNC gets the better of him here. ILTW and GH teaming up on Bach again. This will be such a big kill. It looks like they're going to at least find one from TNC side. But again, Bach drops, and he is struggles. I mean, he has 27 last hits, which looks good, but a lot of those are jungle creeps, which are going to be worth less.
Like
just a rough start.
Like we're seeing the...
Oh my, that was the roar into a couple axes here. Into the coil, and TP support with the Cookie. Oh my god, the creep was looking the wrong way. That is very unfortunate. And the axes actually get the kill. Miracle, oh no. TNC, Boomy will get the trade at least, and GH, yeah, the Arcane Bolt will net himself the kill. He's turning into a carry himself right now.
Oh boy, that has to feel so bad. I think I have even seen Skywrath games where they get their second item and also don't get boots.
Really?
But I would not recommend that most of the time. But I do think skipping them as first item is a really good choice a lot of the time.
All right, fair enough. I mean, Miracle right now has a Soul Ring. Obviously, he's had the bottle for a while, so Ags is just next on the list, can almost get his point booster already. So he is going to have a very, very good timing. And we're going to see a coil from Armel into the jungle. Looks like they'll find Kuroki at the very least, but here comes ILTW with a double Chronosphere. GH is not level 6 yet, but they probably have enough damage, especially with that bash from ILTW. Tim's still level 5. I mean, he's pretty tanky as this Nyx assassin. Now Bach waddling his way over. Not really able to provide too much damage, though. Mystic Flare to come out again with the tomato trying to block. So Kuroki from the grave still doing nice micro work.
I believe I've played a couple of games against it, and it still feels impactful as long as the fights, as long as it's the types of fights that the game has drag out long enough for you to throw a lot of them, it's still really powerful. I think the only reason they really considered it is the chrono, right?
And we're going to see the roar here. Kuroki and GH are on the other side. What? Cookie onto the high ground, but there's the Mystic Flare to stop any more action coming from that Snapfire. Meanwhile, bottom lane, ILTW takes a tumble, and Viper Strike was definitely used for that, so Bach finally getting some revenge in this lane, and I don't really know how strong Ags is right now. Like, I've seen it a couple of games, it's looked okay, it's just, before I'm just used to seeing it as this mega broken mechanic with the extra damage that used to be applied.
Oh, the thing I see here is if Miracle does not... Oh, he's going to get jumped here.
Yep, solo coil though, into the Snapfire ult. He's going to try to reposition himself, but ends up getting the break on the coil. And nice silence from Armel should ensure that they'll be able to get this kill. Although no, Miracle's still staying alive. He gets the roar off onto Armel. And the right click from Bach, will that be enough? A nice Chronosphere onto 2. They're going to be able to get Armel as well as potentially another kill onto Boomy. Nice rotation from ILTW. I cannot believe Miracle has lived through this. And now Viper completely surrounded. No kill for Miracle that time, but he does survive, and they get a bunch of kills.
There's nothing in the Dire lineup that counters his BKB, so if he gets that off, he more or less has guaranteed at least 5 sets of axes in a team fight. Yeah. And given that he's playing together with Chrono, that would be a really high value.
Flare, Atos being shown, and yeah, GH is very scary despite not having boost right now. Mind control. Trying to chase Bach here. Bach only level 8 right now, but like we said, has kind of stabilized. Could have been a lot worse, but the Mars Arena comes out just in range, and the spear, yeah, another cookie, not enough, sadly, into the wrong direction, so. All right, so more axes to come, more amplified damage. TNC are kind of positioned to, never mind. All right, that's the Aegis for Miracle. They're just gonna go high ground. ILTW does have the Chronosphere available, but looks like KuroKy's gonna get picked up to start this fight. Mystic Flare, though, to try to counteract this. Looks like we'll get a trade for the Nyx Assassin, but the Chronosphere only onto one hero. But it is the Wraith King, and he does not have mana right now. If they can find a little bit more damage, they can take him out. But Bach, in the meantime, gets his Viper Strike off just before dying. So it's a 2 for 3 if you don't include that ult from the Wraith King. Does have enough mana, pops that wand. Now he's at full HP, so ILTW might have to question his decision here. The Snapfire Cookie as well. Triple kill for Armel, making a great comeback in this fight. Despite the Aghanim's being online for Miracle, the longer these fights go, the more damage he does. Look at these axes. Do they have enough to actually take him out? He finally gets a kill, but an ultra kill for Armel. The one hero they can't kill is Puck, and he's going ham right now.
Fortunately for GH, there's still a boar, or Armel would get the rampage here. No, but it is decent value, right? You also get the reduced Hawk cooldown, which is just the higher level of play, the better that is because of how much you can take advantage of vision.
Mind control.
Oh, he missed.
Blinks into the dust. Tims will get caught out inside the arena. Mystic Flare finishes him off, and KuroKy actually gets the last hit technically. Snapfire tries to cookie out. Boomy should be okay. It just feels like TNC are just on the back foot right now. Mind control and company are just keeping the pressure on. Spear doesn't look like he'll be able to find anything else here, although GH gets caught out. So Armel's really made a nice comeback, especially after the last fight getting the ultra kill.
GH was really uncharacteristically out of position there.
All right, Coil on the tankiest hero in the game right now, but he is surrounded, so KuroKy will fall. The TNC getting a little bit of momentum on their side, perhaps. I mean, he's really farmed, so he's going to get Blink not too far away. But BKB basically done for ILTW. Oh, Miracle.
This would be a big pick.
This would be huge. He is the top net worth in the game, but Mind Control is going to find the potential pick with the Mystic Flare combination. Gabby, that's his first life. Remember, he does have ratings. We'll see how much Armel and company can do here. Roar expended onto the Wraith Game. If they can get this kill, this is enormous. Chronosphere only on a 1, but it's the Nyx Assassin. Snapfire out to follow. They're doing quite a bit of damage. They lose the Mars, buyback onto GH as well. Can Void get out of here is the question. ILTW cannot get to the high ground, has to pop his BKB, stand his ground, but there's no ground to stand on anymore. He drops. And this fight for TNC going very well despite losing the Wraith King. Now the next hero on the list is the Beastmaster Miracle, who drops. Bach is just doing work right now. KuroKy not doing that much damage because everybody's so close to him. The Snapfire Cookie's not going to save anybody, so they do find the Viper in the end. GH misses the Atos. Hits one of those annoying skeletons, and KuroKy with a double kill randomly. That was a strange fight, but TNC obviously came out on top there. Wait, did he actually get his shard?
Yeah, he did.
Finish it? Okay.
He used it last fight as well. He had one dive bomb. Yeah.
Dive bomb, okay.
The icon for that looks so cool.
Oh, dive bomb onto Wraith King, yeah! There's no sound, is there no sound effect, or is that just me? There needs to be like a screeching howl or something like that. It's a dying bird, for God's sake. His Mind Control finds the initiation. Looks like they'll be able to get the Snapfire in quick succession. So now that's turned to a 5v4, no buyback for him. And that's one pretty big ult to try to contest Roche that they won't have.
You made it sound like an ad.
An ad? For what?
For dive bombs.
Okay. Please don't get... Did he eat it? Did he take the shard? This reverse time. What neutral item for tier 3 for TNC are you hoping for? Are you hoping for the life seal for Wraith King? Or something else?
I'm trying to think of what the best thing they could get would be.
Take your time.
Yeah, it takes some time here.
Miracle, he gets the initiation off. Onto the Wraith King. We've talked about this again, how they probably shouldn't be using all this onto him, but not that much expended, really. They still have Mars ult. Gabby pops the BKB, though. See if Team NIGMA wants to reset There's the initiation from ILTW onto 2. Nyx Assassin, they see him. That's a newly picked up Aghanim Scepter, but the Mystic Flare is just way too much damage. Bot picks up his, or pops his newly picked up BKB as well, but that's a double kill for ILTW.
Oh,
the patience. Beautiful Mars ult. Armel gets off the patience. Illusory Orb to follow. Looks like he will be able to get out. And a coil to help finish off that pesky Mars as well. So now it turns into a 3 versus 4 in favor of Team NIGMA still. I love the patience though for Mind Control, but not able to find that kill on Puck.
Yeah, that was really good. They were lacking just a little bit.
Gabby
3 seconds on
around. Yeah, very close. Oh dear. He does have shards, so the mana burn doesn't really matter anymore for those purposes at least.
That's one of those risk-reward scenarios where you're like, really? You know?
Yeah. All right, this is, I love the Aghanim Scepter for ILTW that he's working on now. He's going to get the time dilation off into the reverse time walk. Goodness gracious, what a play. Boomy. All right, still being chased here. ILTW doesn't have the reverse time walk anymore. It might be in a precarious spot. They're just going to blow him up. Should have reverse time walked, SyndereN.
He just lost his Aegis to the timer.
Yeah. Well, that went off like 5, like that was a decent amount of time before that, and he still went in. But Kuroki getting chased now, of course, extremely tanky, as Marzal just going to be used to zone.
You gotta wonder if he even noticed.
That is a good point. We don't have enough information to know whether they had, I mean, we can tell if they had vocal cords probably, based on scientific evidence. Probably somebody in chat knows that they're, you know, the evidence does exist already.
I think everyone in chat right now is literally spelling out what they sound like.
Okay. Oh, we're going to have the roar come out from Miracle. And it seems to be the you know, Boomy has just found his way on the other side of this so many times now. Looks like they still want to fight. He's going to buy back into the game. Kuroki looks like he falls right away. Mind Control's going to pop the BKB, gets that Mars ult off, but Bok's just going to walk out of his own accord. ILTW looks like he is just resetting completely. Coil onto 1. Tim's, he's in his form right now in the burrow. Chronosphere onto a couple of heroes, including that Nyx Assassin, the Mystic Flare like we talked about. It's just not enough damage mitigation for him. He's going to buy back into the game, though. As this is now a 4v5, technically speaking, as the cheese is popping ILTW. Do they have the damage to finish him off? Looks like they do not. Wait, there's the Armel coming with the burst damage. That is enough. No buyback for ILTW. TNC. They get the kills. It did require buybacks, but now Roche is up. This is a big deal.
It took them quite a while. They did kill him, but he had the buyback, so he could come back in and then again burrow and get some good stuns off toward the end. Also, I really love the way TNC started that fight, where there's an Ench on the front line who feels tanky and wants to soak damage. They stun the Ench, they nether toxin, they get down.
I hear another roar. Oh man, the Mystic Flare. That is actually just enough.
1k gold.
Wow. Goodness gracious. Yeah, the Ancient Seal obviously amplifying even more damage. That's absurd.
That is so much money.
Yeah, with that fight though, this game has evened up in net worth.
Completely. All right.
All right, Atos. Cookie's going to try to save the Wraith King here. Does have the Aegis, so has many lives as long as they can wait out the cooldown here.
Miracle needs to be a little bit careful how he throws his axes when he's playing against Spike Carapace. Like, he can get stunned at any given point and counter going on.
Yeah, that's true. Oh, Mars Arena, but there's the BKB. How did he get stunned if he has BKB'd? What was that?
Missed a roar.
Did he get... I thought he roared right before that.
Did you not hear the roar?
No, I didn't.
I guess it doesn't have a sound effect, so that does make sense.
I didn't even see the animation. All right, Box is going to BKB TP out. And again, Snapfire is going to be the sacrificial lamb for TNC, but that's worked out pretty well for them already.
I like...
Take it.
And yeah, you're trading it off for, say, Paladin Sword, where you have some damage and lifesteal. But the fact that he doesn't need to dedicate a slot to Boots of Travel, Treads, or Phase Boots is just so damn good right now.
That's true.
So.
And Gabby's actually holding the Refresher Shard, so probably will pop that in for his BKB when he uses it. Yep. Gabby's going to initiate with that Nullifier. Looks like it's going to be used against the Aeon Disc, and GH is just dead at the beginning of the fight. Coil onto Miracle. It's the buyback onto GH now. There's the roar. Again, it's on the Wraith King. Oh, nice impale from afar thanks to that Aghanim Scepter on Nyx Assassin. And it looks like that is going to be the fight for TNC big time, despite the buyback coming out. But GH, can he get this kill? He will! He does get Armel in the end, despite being completely outnumbered. Now, keep in mind that buybacks are still there for NIGMA. See if they want to use these to try to turn things around. ILTW not able to get much off here, as Gabby will actually pop the Refresher shard to be able to get his ult back, as there's a double buyback. They're TPing into the shrine as well, but looks like GH takes a tumble already with that nullifier usage. ILTW going ham with the Aghanim Scepter onto Boom right now. They're trying to kite Gabby as much as possible, but these spider legs are coming into handy big time. It's 2 buybacks now for TNC. There's a nullifier again onto ILTW, who has absolutely no mana whatsoever. Trying to get slow onto Gabby, trying to kite this guy. Just one-shots that boar. Now Kuroky, very tanky on the run. It's still 5 versus 3 despite all these buybacks coming in. A couple right clicks will suffice, and it looks like Kuroky finds his way to the grave. They do get the Snapfire though.
Was that that was the refresher shard used by Wraith King, right?
Yeah.
Oh, that was so good. He used it to refresh his blink. Like they get the double chase down because of this, and the reason he is willing to commit it is that he knows it's a dieback for Skywrath if he dies. So that alone forced out the buybacks from Miracle and Kuro, and they just get so many bonus kills. Yeah, he's not going to get
into the dive. Pops the A on this. That's pretty valuable. But there's a spike carapace. This might set things up. There's the coil. So he's going to stay on the outskirts of this. Pops the BKB. The nullifier's already applied. And it looks like the right-click damage will be more than enough. And this is a dieback onto Miracle. TNC turning this game around. Roshan in 35 seconds. They're going for two racks for now. Of course, they cannot get megas because of this top lane. Also getting pushed out by ILTW overall. And that's a shard on Viper. This is super good. This is minus armor on buildings. Unbelievably strong. They did nerf it a little bit because of that talent change, but it looks like they'll be able to finish this game. Fortifications popped, still 77 seconds, no Miracle. And the minus armor is just going to continue to stack on these towers as Gabby's right clicks will be more than enough. Mind control, they're going to try to defend for one last hurrah. There's the initiation, but again, Wraith King, we have the Mystic Flare applied. There's the nullifier onto ILTW, who jumps in, pops the BKB, Chronosphere onto 3 heroes. This is only going to be the first life for Wraith King. And now NIGMA have to reset, but it's still 5 versus 4. All right, still 37 seconds. They're going to get this tier 4 tower.
Siege engine.
Yeah, this shard is insane for these purposes. Exactly. ILTW, reverse time walk. Tim's, look at his positioning. They cannot get to him whatsoever. The chrono's down. Just trying to be as annoying as possible. I mean, this is buying time for Miracle to come back in 20 seconds. ILTW continue to be an annoying presence. Gabby just has so many lives, it feels like, as there's a spear into the Ancient, but the damage is still being applied. Gabby is just focusing on the Ancient completely. Mars ult comes out. He's just going to spider legs and right-click it down, and TNC takes game 1. My goodness. This was a hell of a game, SyndereN.
We've been having so many pretty one-sided games. That was very enjoyable to watch. I think the Nyx Axe was wonderful.
Thank you, SyndereN, for admitting it finally. The hoodwink as well of the previous series.
I haven't been sold by the Magnus carry, so if it is the Magnus carry, I'm definitely going with NIGMA this time around.
All right.
NIGMA.
All right. Any explanation?
Just NIGMA.
Yeah, just NIGMA.
Warcraft 3 have no bright colors, so they couldn't do it.
Yes, the limitation, just any bright colors. I mean, it was quite a dark game, so I can kind of understand that. So it will be Armel mid on the Leshrac versus Invoker. The top lane, we're going to have a little bit of action. The Bramble, nice rotation from GH. This is going to be an early first blood for NIGMA. They're going to try to give it to ILTW, and they will be successful. So first blood for the Bearman. Is it just going to be like this? I mean, when I see it mid, it's typically like the Echo Saber into Blink into BKB Daedalus, something like that.
Yeah, it'll be a similar build, I think. I will say though that I don't think Carry Magnus fares particularly well against Ursa.
Oh, mind control.
All right.
That's a lot of damage with that impetus, and the skewer will finish him off, but they do get the Pango before then.
Yeah, good trade for a 2v3. Like, you're not going to game plan for the third Roche, right? But you can at least consider.
I mean, I do, because my games are always long, but that's just right. GH and Boomy having a right-click battle for the ages. Is this little creepy, not really fast enough to catch up? Armel, in the meantime, 2 versus 1, gets to split Earth off, but looks like he's just going to go down to Miracle's right-click. Yep, just in time. And just enough damage is now Miracle getting back into this game again as Boomy being chased by GH in the meantime. Has the high ground advantage with that Fairy Fire, pops it, but the Thunder Strike will end up netting the kill. It's going to be another trade. So trade after trade after trade, it feels like. Miracle does get that rune top now.
I think Mind Control is the biggest winner of everything that just happened in the last minute, because he has been struggling against the Ench plus Magnus. And now that Ench was off hunting the the Willow for a good minute and a half. Oh,
okay,
that's a
skewer
good
back
skewer.
into tier 1. Mind control. I'm not sure if he wanted to spear Gabby instead, but found Boomy. And now mind control onto that tower will be taken down pretty quickly. Now GH only level 2. I don't think Gabby and Boomy have enough in the tank to actually take that kill. At least that connected so that he would not get ganked successfully in terms of NIGMA's perspective, of course. GH, well, he'll take the haste rune. Has one skill of each, so that's the combo that he really needs. Gonna get the Curse Crown Bramble as well with the Tornado setting everything up. Leshrac taking so much damage. Can they get the kill though is the question. The Shadow Realm is indeed enough. The impetus, oh, the smoke disjointed. I'm not sure if it missed in the meantime, but either way, the smoke putting to good use for GH. In the meantime, Swashbuckle on the side, KuroKy getting chased by Tims. Now that Orb of Venom coming in handy, SyndereN. Double kill for GH though. Does he get the Enchantress kill as well? Roshan, will he? No, he's not interested in fighting today.
I think Kuro actually blocked off Roche.
With the kinetic.
Yeah.
All right, awkward silence over as a Possessed Mask is picked up for TNC, which is not the greatest this game. They don't really have a right-click carry as, you know, traditionally at least. Agnes will take it, I assume, for now, but...
Yeah, he's the best carrier they have.
Oh my, Viper Strike? ILTW is in a lot of trouble, and they're going to take him out thanks to this TP support from TNC, and KuroKy's left all alone. But, I mean, looking at the net worth overall, Magnus, I mean, it's not really that big of a surprise. Empowering yourself, you're going to be able to farm a lot faster than pretty much anybody on the map. But other than that, it feels like the mid lane is the big story here, as Miracle is 600 ahead as Armel.
He's actually going to die
dying again. Shadow Realm is set up, Tornado to follow. Is that enough damage? Indeed. So NIGMA and Miracle specifically able to kind of win this mid lane, I guess obviously with help of GH and others.
Yeah, that's a really good ward. That one set up that entire kill. GH, the only reason he knows to chase there is because they have that deep vision. And they had perfect spell casting. They waited for everything to land and then they tornadoed for the finish. That's exactly what they needed to do. Burrow's in trouble.
Yep, kinetic field, but Bach is able to right click from beyond here. There's TP from Mars in the first arena of the game. And they do take out the Disruptor easily, but Mind Control gets the bigger kill on the position 3 Viper.
Kuro's like, now that's more like it. This means Mind Control is playing more like Seb this game. Very good.
Okay, is that a good thing or a bad thing? I don't know. We have a spear into a tree, Mind Control, pretty much out of mana at this stage, but Boomy looks like he's taken out with that rebuke pretty easily. Jarmel in the meantime, I mean, that Pulse Nova is no joke. And we've seen the Leshrac's rotation pretty early with the Diabolic Edict. We'll see if they can turn this into a tier 1 tower, but Miracle is here now. Can pick up at least the Oblivion staff for now. Armel, I mean, he is a bit behind, but he's gonna be able to farm a little bit faster than Miracle, unless he gets ganked here again. I mean, NIGMA are being very active in terms of trying to gank these heroes, and looks like they're gonna apply their pressure to Pangolier. Does have his ult, but not really able to get it off here. In the meantime, Armel doesn't really have any mana to work with, but the right clicks will suffice as GH is the trade again. Just feels like NIGMA are getting the better trades.
If they pull this off because of this movement, if he gets bashed now, that would be really funny.
All right, that Morbid Mask doing work, and first Rosh of the game is at 958. So I think you're right, maybe there will be an Aghanim Scepter Rosh at some point. Miracle gets a Tornado EMP combo with that spear setup, and that is a very, very fast kill onto Boomy. But here's the Mars ult. Tims with that Rolling Thunder. They can get Miracle. He goes to the low ground as a result of that, but they'll find the kill regardless.
It didn't matter!
So it didn't matter as SyndereN's being excited for absolutely no reason. And now the question is, can TNC continue on here?
No!
Okay, thank you. Well, RP is available, but obviously no Blink Dagger yet.
Miracle and GH have basically been casting their spells almost non-stop. Not really stopped to kill any creeps, for the most part. And it is a very strong duo. They set each other up very well. The Curse Crown sets up nicely for the combo, and so does Tornado MP. Spear.
Ooh, glimpse into the spear. Sunstrike to follow. Kinetic Field, Static Storm combination is there, but Mind Control trying to walk away as the damage from Leshrac is so much, but the Lesh drops, and the trade is for the Disruptor. So Gabby and Bach trying to team up to take out GH. It looks like they'll be successful at that at the very least. And now that their whole team is here, whoa! An RP onto nothing. I don't think NIGMA saw that. But that is that brings memories of that Chronosphere we saw earlier.
Yeah, he watched PSG LGD earlier. It's a new meta thing today. The Major, you throw your ultis away for a win.
Not enough damage from Tims that time around.
I'll say for Ame, in Ame's defense earlier, there was definitely no one he could have hit.
That's correct.
So it was probably a stop cast mistake from him.
Yeah.
I think that was a great defense for him.
That's the only defense. What else is there? Oh my. GH, this is actually going to be enough. He solo kills him with the help of the Sunstrike from Miracle. GH is doing so much work right now. We talked about how Leshrac can get back into the game despite having kind of a meh start. But if he keeps dying, that's not really ever going to happen. And now this tier 1 tower not able to be denied, and ILTW gets credit for that. Pops the Enrage, of course, still has the Aegis, and Bach in the wrong place at the wrong time. And NIGMA, I mean, it's not that much of a net worth lead, but it feels like they're in pretty decent control right now.
They don't have any vision themselves to find it, so it's flat out just a map read that he thinks Leshrac is occupying that area, and that he's alone, and that he can solo him before rotations would come in. I don't even know if the Sunstrike connected. If it did almost no damage. His level 1 exort.
It's something. He just wanted a little assist there, but there's, see the glimpse again, Static Storm, Mars ult to follow, and my God, they can just kill him without even having to commit their bodies at all. And that is the position 1 Magnus, keep in mind. GH dodges the swashbuckle. Tim's able to get the kill regardless, though. And again, these 1-for-1 trades, NIGMA are getting the core heroes, typically, and they're just giving up a support. Lemire, again, so active here. Invis right now. Just out of range so they can't actually feel the cold weather, as it were, SyndereN.
He's queued up a Midas after his Vessel, so he has a plan for how to get rich later.
Again, the vision from Miracle sets this up to start with. Spirit Vessel applied. Up the RP, Gabby finds Miracle. This will be a pretty big kill. Looks like they're going to get it. And Boomy has come to play as well. The Glimpse not really going to have much of an effect, and now the Static Storm has to be used for KuroKy to try to get up defensively, but it's not going to be successful. So a 2-for-0, despite having the vision advantage there. NIGMA coming out on the losing end of this fight. That's a double kill for Gabby as Mind Control ends up dropping.
I think arguably he's less ahead than could be expected, just because the carry he's playing against is an Ursa going Diffusal, right?
True.
So considering you have Empower the whole game, a 700 gold lead is not that much. But as is always the case with carry Magnus, it's about hitting that big
Mind
combo.
Control. Oh,
nice Yule, yeah.
Dodging the spear, but there's a Static Storm combo to find him. And yeah, it doesn't really matter. Although the Viper Strike to try to counteract this.
This is a dead
no
bear.
No Aegis or anything. Yeah, the bear looks quite dead, so it'll be position 2 for position 1. And I think TNC will definitely take that.
Yeah, I mean, their Leshrac has been dying for literally everyone in this game so far, so dying for an Ursa is probably an upgrade, right?
Yeah, that's true.
That's not bad.
Yeah, let's go back to this this Midas choice from here. Oh, he's going to be found with his RP.
Oh, he missed the swashbuckle
was there to show him.
Done target.
Yeah, but there's still quite a few heroes here to help out. There's a lot of damage being applied now with the Sunstrike coming through. Again, not that much. And the Fear, the Terrorize, the Glimpse back. They're just repositioning these heroes left, right, and center. Gabby just outside the kinetic field, just skewering to safety. But despite all the spells used, nobody has died yet. And the Spear back onto Tim's. Looks like Mind Control might be the sacrifice.
Good brambles, though.
No, well, in the meantime, Armel finds a little goodie in the form of GH, and Mind Control will be next. So much needed for Armel to at least be in XP range, because he's kind of struggle city right now.
He's obviously gone for that 12 strength talent that helps out a bit extra as well.
I'm surprised so many people take that 12 strength over the cooldown reduction. The skewer is crazy. Feels like it's up all the time. But probably for a different type of build here.
Glam.
Oh boy. Yeah, Spear, Static Storm, they're using everything to kill this Lesh, who's, you know, not doing super great this game, but at the same time, it's still a hero you have to respect.
Viper is very tanky, Magnus is very tanky. So Lesh is like the highest, he's like has the highest damage per HP, so to say.
Yeah.
So it's an easy kill, but also a high damage output. You love killing those heroes off first. But I will agree, though, I think the Skewer talent is also good.
Yeah. That's pretty cool to see. Oh, he might be wrapped around here. KuroKy, oh, links out, skewers out. They just need a little bit of vision for KuroKy. And Gabby is going to be found with that spear. Here comes the Cataclysm, the Mars ult, everything being used to take out the position 1 Magnus. Gabby dead for 70 seconds. They're down 6K, but they have very good team fight with the... As long as the RP hits, they have good team play. See if they can catch somebody off guard. But, I mean, NIGMA are kind of positioned in a decent spot for this, although now that Mind Control is heading towards that top area of his jungle.
Oh, this could be a good skewer.
Yeah, we'll see. Mind Control, he's thinking that they might be in Roche, but he's already used his Blink Dagger, and there's the RP just on 1.
Oh, he's
They'll
dead.
Take it.
He doesn't have buyback. That's pretty big.
They don't know this, of course, but this could potentially free up Roche for them.
Their lineup's not particularly good at killing it, though.
It's very bad, in fact. But Tim's gets the Rolling Thunder off. They want to focus on KuroKy. They're going to get him pretty easily, so 2 kills right off the bat for TNC. And I believe that GH is going to be next. That's a triple kill for Armel, who's come back with a vengeance. Might have a buyback. That's going to be on Kuroki. ILTW has to use that BKB charge.
It's crazy how much better you can be at the game than your brother, right? Like,
here we go. Yeah, it's the same blood. Doesn't make any sense. Oh, Glimpse back. And they burst him down. The Static Storm, Kinetic Field combo again. And yes, the Pango is donezo. Tier 1 tower is about to fall as well. ILTW, I believe he popped the cheese there, trying to go ham onto Gabby.
Oh,
into the Cataclysm. It's going to clip Gabby, but it's not enough for the kill. Spirit Vessel applied as well, but now NIGMA on the run. I mean, they are completely outnumbered. We see a Mars ult being used to take out Magnus. Will be successful in doing so. Buyback now on Ursa. This is a huge buyback. If TNC can get out, this is a dead even game in terms of net worth. Force Staff not quite going to get Armel into the high ground. Boomy might be the sacrifice. And again, I think TNC will be very happy with that, but maybe the Viper instead. So, well, Boomy does get taken out, and yeah, they're going to get at least 2 kills here for NIGMA.
Straight to
something,
Rosh.
Yeah, and the Roshan is the reason for this buyback.
Really great job from them. They're on the enemy side of the map, and they're getting beaten by buybacks. And NIGMA obviously know that this is a worthwhile trade because the Roshan is up.
Tim's, if he was just there a couple seconds early, could have had some crazy moves.
So NIGMA with the read that there's unlikely to be any wards here from TNC based on the very aggressive wards they have themselves. So they're going to do a smoke. Well, Enchantress kind of baiting herself up. I think TNC have a pretty good idea what's going on right now based on their map position. They're all hidden in base. Enchantress is kind of peeking out. Oh, that is...
Yeah, Mind Control shows himself. Doesn't look like they want to initiate on him, though. They did that before.
Really
tried
weird.
to get out of the kinetic field, but it's not to be. ILTW just rips him apart.
I think if Gabby was fast there, he could have actually caught Mind Control. He ran under the tower for like 2 seconds before he blinked. There was a blink skewer there.
All right, another great game between these two teams. They seem relatively evenly matched based on, you know, small sample size, but looking really good. These RP onto Miracle. This should be enough damage with the Split Earth and the Pulse Nova applied. And that is a dead Miracle for 80 seconds. Gabby's in fact going to pop the BKB and skewer away Armel. I mean, he's pretty freaking fast, so I think he's going to be A-okay.
Why does Armel not have a neutral item? Oh, he got one now. He got the cloak. Okay, that's why.
He could, yeah, that's a good choice.
So good on Lesh.
Absolutely. Now you have to have some sort of vision if you're NIGMA. Whoa! You barely need any vision to take out that Enchantress. Goodness gracious.
Scotty on Viper.
Yeah, that is wow. I mean, it gives a lot of stats and the minus HP regen, I guess, but
more kiting against Ursa.
Yeah.
I kind of would have liked maybe a Halberd.
Yeah, Halberd would be really good as Gabby gets the RP off. Armel with the BKB Split Earth combo, and they take him out 2 minutes. No ILTW. Mind Control puts down his Mars ult, but it's really to no avail. And just the AoE damage from Armel is crazy. Nice. Yule's dodging a lot of Miracle spells, but there's the Refresher Shard used in conjunction with that Sunstrike combination. Gabby with a triple kill, though, and this is way too much damage for NIGMA to deal with. The Cataclysm wasn't enough. It felt like kind of a panic, have to use it while we can, but the fact that they lost the Ursa, they lost the Mars, didn't really have any great setup for it. And
yeah, Miracle was close to getting multiple kills there with the Cataclysm refresh, but they didn't have anything to keep the enemy heroes in place. And that one death on Ursa could just end up costing them everything. It's at least 2 lanes.
So maybe they poke at the tier 4s for now, try to get these buybacks out, or perhaps they reset. We'll see. I mean, Roshan, we won't know for another 30 seconds when he'll spawn.
So if you're the leading team and you're on the enemy half of the map, in a lot of cases it's better to have the item, because you feel like even if I buy back, if I don't have travels, I can't connect to the fight anyway. You don't have the enemy outpost here, for example, right? As NIGMA.
Oh boy. All right, NIGMA need to find something here. Mind Control gets the arena off, but he doesn't find anybody in the 4 step under the high ground. But looks like GH will be able to have the damage to take out Boomy at the very least, but buys back into the game now. Now no Mars Arena. Tim's doing work with that Rolling Thunder. Actually finds the Ursa in the meantime. He just rolls right into him. This is going to be a huge kill inside that Nether Toxin. Pops his ult. RP onto one. Cataclysm to follow, though. Not going to do that much damage. LTW is pretty healthy for now. Remember, he does not have buyback whatsoever. Terrorize onto a couple heroes. GH trying to do as much as he can as Mind Control spears somebody into the cliff. And the chase is continuing. Gabby skewers Ursa basically all alone, being bursted down, eats the cheese, which he still had, but it doesn't matter. More than enough damage for TNC, as it looks like they're going to take this series 2-0. And this, again, in the last 3 minutes, this game has gone from Down, what, 10K to up 20 for TNC. Unreal.
And I think the biggest lead NIGMA ever had in this game was 5K, and they just lost 25K in the last 3 minutes. That's just that one moment. Sometimes that's all it takes. And NIGMA obviously had options there. They could have cut their Ursa, right? They could have let him die, been like, okay, we screwed up, let's get out. But they tried to stay and fight. They had a feeling, okay, these spells expended, we can still do it with our Invoker Refresher, and that was just the wrong read. TNC, the really, really good moment of opportunity that just won them the whole thing.